2014 was a pretty solid year for Nintendo, with many great games such as Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart 8, and of course, Super Smash Bros. While many of us Nintendo fans are still enjoying all of the great games that came out last year, I myself am completely addicted to Hyrule Warriors. A new year has come around, and we're all looking to the future. We know that 2015 will bring us many surprises from Nintendo, and maybe even a few more internet memes, but we already know about a bunch of games that will come out this year as well. That's why I, Youngster Skidmore, will be counting down the top 10 Nintendo games that I am most excited for in 2015. I'm including all games that will come out on the 3DS or Wii U this year, so third-party and indie games will be included. Basically, any game coming out on a Nintendo console this year will be allowed. But before I begin, please note this is my personal list, so if the game you're looking forward to the most isn't on this list, that's fine. Feel free to tell me what games you're most excited for down in the comments section. Anyway, let's get started. Number 10. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask 3D for the 3DS. I've decided to kickstart this list with the second N64 Zelda title to be ported to the 3DS. The first, of course, was Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask 3D will be released February 13th in America, which is very soon, so I'm very excited to be picking this game up. I've decided to put this game at number 10 because while I'm very excited to play it, is I've actually never played the original. Hey, cut me some slack. When that game first came out, I probably have never even said the word video game. It isn't really a new game. This game was released on the N64 15 years ago, so I'm looking forward to the new games just a little bit more. That being said, the game won't be all the same, as Aonuma has, I don't even know if I butchered his name, Aonuma has mentioned that they are changing the game a bit, which includes changing at least one boss fight. That might also make the game a bit easier, which I personally would vote against. Anyway, if you didn't know, Majora's Mask is a Zelda game on the creepier side, where Link is trapped in the mysterious land of Termina. Soon after, he finds out the moon is going to fall and destroy the world in 3 days, and Link has to constantly go back in time every 3 days until he finally saves Termina. Majora's Mask is a little light on the dungeon side for a Zelda game, but what makes this game great is all of its side quests, where you interact with the characters who know they will die in 3 days. There's not really much more I can say about Majora's Mask 3D. I mean, there's not really any predictions I can make or anything, so that's about it. Let's move on to number 9. Mighty number 9, Wii U and 3DS. And no, I did not do that on purpose. Mighty number 9 is a Mega Man-esque 2D side-scrolling shooter platformer being developed by Concept and headed by Keiji Inafune, who's the main creative mind behind Mega Man and now is the head of Concept. This game is being released in April for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS, in addition to the PlayStation 4 and the PS Vita. This game is a spiritual successor to Mega Man, and I'm actually even more excited for it than I would be for a new Mega Man game. To me, it seems like the best of both worlds. We are essentially getting a new Mega Man game, with many of the creative minds of Mega Man working on it, but the team is free to break from the extremely formulaic constraints that all of the core Mega Man games have followed. I'm sure that this game will be just as good, if not better, than the beloved Mega Man games, and I can't wait to be able to pick it up on the eShop when it comes around. Number 8. I'm going to get slaughtered for this. What am I doing? I can't say this, but no one's anticipating this game. Alright guys, number 8 is Codename Steam for the Nintendo 3DS. Come on, hear me out. If you haven't heard of it already, Codename Steam is a brand new first-party IP for Nintendo being made for the 3DS. Codename Steam is a mix between a third-person shooter and a turn-based RPG with steampunk, an Abraham Lincoln, and an alien threat, and basically anything else that you can want in a video game. In this game, everything you do, such as shooting and moving, is powered by Steam, which you can only use so much of per turn. There are many different characters with different abilities, and there will even be a multiplayer mode in addition to the campaign. No one really seems to be hyped for the game right now, mostly because of just how weird an idea the game is. Not to mention, everyone was expecting either a new Metroid or Majora's Mask 3D when this game was announced, which didn't help the hype level for it. Just make sure to not simply pass this game up by when it reaches store shelves sometime this year, just because you're afraid you won't like it, because you never know. Think back to the good old elementary school days, what if you went, gee, I don't know about this Pokemon game, I mean, a turn-based RPG where you throw balls at animals just so you can collect them all sounds like a pass to me. Heck, I don't even know if I will like this new game. I have no clue. That's why it's up here at number 8, but I still think I'm going to give it a shot. Number 7. Xenoblade Chronicles X. When Monolith Soft announced their first Wii U game, and when they simply codenamed it X, fans became incredibly hyped. Then Monolith Soft finally did announce the game's new name to awingly be just Xenoblade Chronicles X. Crazy, I know. Either way, the hype continued. I'll be honest here, I never played the original Xenoblade. I had never even heard of it until after X's announcement. But for those of you guys who are like me, great news! Xenoblade Chronicles X is basically just a spiritual successor, so you don't need to have played the original to enjoy this one. Xenoblade Chronicles was an incredibly open-world and critically acclaimed RPG on the Wii, and I'm not even sure how the combat worked, but what I do know is that it was apparently an incredible game, so I guess I'll just have to go out and grab X when it comes out for the Wii U. We don't know when this year it will come out, but it's been announced that the game is almost finished. It is coming out in April, actually, in Japan, but America, still no news. Hopefully it will come out this year. I'm pretty sure it will. Either way, this game also has mechs that you can fly around, ride around, and even fight with. And I love mechs. That makes this game definite buy for me. Number 6. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse Wii U. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse will be a sequel to Kirby Canvas Curse for the DS, which I have not played myself, but I've only heard good things about it, and from what I can tell, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse seems like it will be even better. The game has you draw on the gamepad to make paths for Kirby to travel on, and tap Kirby to make him attack. It's a simple concept, but it's being fully fleshed out in the creative levels of this game. There are even levels where Kirby turns into something else, like a tank, or a rocket ship, or something else to change up the gameplay. The Rainbow Curse seems like it's going to be one of those games that's just plain fun to play. It also seems like the game will be a bit light on challenge, like most Kirby games, but there will be also lots of collectibles, and getting them all adds to the challenge, kind of like any of the Yoshi's Island games. There will even be a multiplayer mode, where the other players control Waddle Dee, who can move around and attack on their own, and can also carry Kirby to get to the goal. I can already tell that I'm going to play through this game twice. Once where I played as intended, and once as a platformer, playing as a Bandana Dee carrying a non-responsive Kirby all the way through all the levels. The only flaw I see in this game right now is whether or not moving Kirby around stylus will actually be fun, but I'm sure it will be, just like most other Nintendo games. This game is coming out in January in Japan and in February in the US. Everyone else has got to wait till the rest of the world. Everyone else has got to wait till the second half of 2015. And while I probably won't pick it up right away, with all the games I just got for the holidays being priority, you can be sure that I'll pick it up sometime this year. Maybe we'll even get a Let's Play? Who knows? Number 5. Yoshi's Woolly World. When Yoshi's Island, or Super Mario World 2, if you're so inclined, came out on the SNES in 1995, it was a fresh new game and was incredibly acclaimed, while the more recent Yoshi's Island games have been accused of being unoriginal. I've played the DS one and I actually really liked it, and I haven't played the 3DS one, but from what I've seen and from what I've played of my friend's game, I don't think I would like it as much. Yoshi's Woolly World seems a lot more original than Yoshi's New Island, and have you seen how beautiful it is? Just look at this game. Look how gorgeous this is. I've never seen more beautiful yarn in my life. Seriously though, visuals aside, this game looks really fun. I don't even have too much to say about it. I just know that it'll be really fun, and I can't wait to be able to explore this beautiful world, collecting things and throwing eggs as Yoshi. Not to mention the lack of baby Mario crying noises, which never actually bugged me, but I'm sure some long-term fans will appreciate his removal. Number 4. Mario Maker for the Wii U. Do you remember your first Mario game? Do you remember imagining being able to create your own Mario levels? Yeah, me neither. But I did imagine having the endless expanse of Mario levels to play, and the fact that they will all be created by fans will surely make many of them even more creative, difficult, and fun. I'm not the most creative person, so I won't be making too many levels, but I'll definitely make many troll levels to challenge my friends with. Creating the trolliest levels possible might actually be my favorite part of this game. If it's possible, I'm going to find a way to share them with you guys too. I have lots of hopes for this game too. First of all, I want adventures, not just levels. I want to be able to string together a bunch of Mario levels to create a whole adventure. It would be even cooler if they created a world map for you to use, or maybe a bunch of them to choose from. Honestly though, I'm just glad Nintendo didn't pull a Nintendo, and instead, they gave this game online. It would be really cool too if you could subscribe to different level creators, or other stuff like that, also. Number 3. Star Fox Wii U. Ah, Star Fox, the classic series from which I've never played a single game. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. But now that they're finally coming out with a new one, this time on the Wii U no less, I'm really excited to jump into the series with this new game. We really know absolutely nothing about this game right now, which is one of the reasons I have it so high on this list. We haven't seen a single trailer or any gameplay footage of the new Star Fox. All we have so far is this screenshot you see here of an R-Wing and Falco talking. Nintendo has talked about making shooting have to do with the gamepad, which I really don't want. Don't make the new Star Fox have to use the gamepad in some creative way. Just give us a great Star Fox game, because at the end of the day, that's all we really want. Number 2, Splatoon for Wii U. When Nintendo announced their new take on the shooter genre at E3 of last year, fans were immediately hyped. There's already a Squidboards online that you can sign up for, a Splatoon version of Smashboards. Splatoon is a 4 vs 4 multiplayer third-person shooter where the goal is to cover more of the battlefield with your color paint than the other team. Killing the other team's players is not the goal, but doing so can give you an advantage as it will take a bit of time for them to respawn, and they will be all the way back in their territory. Splatoon has already showed off lots of creative ideas, such as turning into a squid to swim through your paint, or covering your defenses with paint to go through them, or shooting paint at sponges to create floating platforms, but be careful, because staying in enemy paint will damage you and slow you down. Splatoon has also shown off lots of creative weapons, such as paint grenades, paint rollers, paint snipers, and a bunch more cool stuff that I just can't wait to use to splatter everything and everyone with paint. Not to mention this game will also have a Squids vs. Octopi single-player campaign, which looks very fun. One of the trailers even had a cool reference showing Octoroks and bloopers on the wall. There was also a second long clip shown in one of the trailers showing an 8-bit squid shooting paint in an equally 8-bit environment. I have no idea what that will be, but I can't wait to find out. This game has of course been confirmed for online, but I also hope that you'll be able to play against local CPUs too. Split screen is also a must, and online split screen would be even better. Now that I think about it, it would be really cool if you could grab yourself and 3 friends and play as a team against 4 strangers online. That might be a little too much to hope for playing local. Hopefully you can still team up with 3 friends online and play that way. Also, I really hope voice chat is in this game, not only with friends, but with everyone, because I really think that Splatoon would benefit from it. I think the strategy would be a lot deeper if you could coordinate with your team about what to do and where to splatter paint. Nintendo shouldn't worry about needing to restrict it. They can just have 2 online modes, one with voice chat and one without it. Voice chat mode could just be disabled with parental controls if necessary. Anyway, I know I've gone on for a while about Splatoon, but that just shows how excited I am to pick up this game in May. Number 1, The Legend of Zelda Wii U. Yeah, you guys all saw this coming. I am a huge Nintendo fan, and Zelda might just be my favorite video game series of all time. When I first saw the words, The Legend of Zelda, appear on my iPhone screen with a soft hum as I watched Nintendo's E3 presentation in the beginning of history class, I almost exploded in my seat. After those few minutes of talking about and showing a trailer of the game, I was so excited. I wanted more. Finally, at the Game Awards, we got to see a bit more of it, and while it wasn't much, I am now even more excited than ever to get my hands on The Legend of Zelda for Wii U. Zelda U is easily going to be the most exploration-focused game in the series, except for maybe the original. But the world of this game, based on what they showed at the Game Awards, is going to be way bigger. What Nintendo showed at the Game Awards has got me a bit worried, though. I mean, Hyrule is humongous, but it seems like it will be hard to pack all that world with content. Zelda is about exploration and finding secrets, but I really can't just imagine Nintendo filling out this world with secrets. Watching the recent gameplay, all I really saw was trees. Anyway, I'm putting my worries aside, because I trust Nintendo with Zelda. Exploration and finding secrets is one of the best parts of Zelda, and I trust that Nintendo can do it, especially considering that they're using exploration as a focus for this game. I have so many hopes for this game, man. First of all, I want dungeons to be able to be done in almost any order like they did in Link Between Worlds. I really want the way items work to be really cool in this game. I think you should still get items in dungeons, but I don't think dungeon bosses should need to be defeated with a dungeon-specific item. Bosses should be able to be defeated in different, creative ways, and your strategy can be different depending on what items you have. I also think that while there should be items in dungeons, there should be tons more items that you can find while exploring, doing side quests, but not just side quests. Notice something interesting about the world, or find an area that seems to have no reason to be there? Follow your instinct, explore, do cool things, and possibly discover a cool but unnecessary, although helpful item. Maybe the fire rod's not necessary for any dungeons, but everyone wants an awesome fire rod, right? How cool would it be to find one where you didn't even know it would be in the game? I also want there to be a good amount of item slots. 3 would be sufficient, not counting the sword, I think. I really want combat to be a focus of this game, but I want to be able to use a bunch of different items to kill an enemy. First, use your boomerang, stun him. Then use your hookshot to steal his loot. He's retreating, take a few shots with your bow. Then run up to him and finish him off with your sword. I want to be able to do this kind of stuff without changing up item slots, which is why I really want there to be at least 3 item slots. I also would have really liked it if there was a stamina bar in this game, like in Link Between Worlds, because I don't like having to conserve things like arrows, but Nintendo has already shown that there will be limited amounts of items like that. I'm sure it won't be hard to get more, I just think it's kind of annoying. It seems like there'll be a magic bar, like for magic rods and stuff, and while again I'd rather have a stamina bar, it doesn't really matter. I also really want there to be not necessary to explore, hard to find, small dungeons that have rewards like items, rupees, tunics, or maybe a place or a great fairy or something that can upgrade specific items. Finally, if you still haven't turned off the video at the dislike of my Zelda rambling, I also want there to be a good story. It doesn't need to be incredible, at least by Zelda standards. It would probably be hard to make a great story for such an open world game, but Nintendo can do it. As you can clearly see, I have really high hopes for this game. I know I've been talking about it for a really long time, I just had so much to say for what I hope will be an awesome game. This game has so much to live up to, and I think that Nintendo can make this game live up to these hopes. That's why this game is on the top of my list. I'm Yoshis Gamer, in case you've forgotten, and thank you so much for making it to the end of my first top 10 list. If there's any games you think I missed, let me know what games you're looking forward to this year in the comments below. I plan on doing many more top 10s in the future, so leave comments down below for new top 10 ideas. Please leave a like if you liked this video, as it really helps me out, and also make sure to subscribe for more top 10s and other videos. If you're new to my channel, go check out some of my other videos. This is my first top 10, and I will make more, but if you want some more videos, for now, go check out some of my Let's Plays. I've got some Pokemon, some Zelda, and more videos coming in the future, so be sure to check it out. And, yeah, that's all, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.